It's the 6 mistakes couples make after being intimate.
That's not
On
good.
the Ultimate Intimacy podcast, Amy's always saying, "Oh, we're doing too many episodes about intimacy, so let me pick one." And this is what she came up with. Am I right?
You're not wrong.
I'm not wrong.
You're not
That's
wrong.
okay. So
You're
that
right.
that could mean I'm
You
right,
are
right?
right.
So at first, when she first said, "Let's talk about this," I'm like, "What in the world? Like,
What? There's a
what's
mistake. People make mistakes?
yeah,
Is
like
that a thing?
you're done at that point, right?" Like,
No, you're
but then
not
but
done.
then as you read the things on it, I'm like, those are huge. Like
Dude.
those could actually have a big impact on wanting to be intimate next time, right? Like
Right.
if I these mistakes, I could see how these mistakes would be like you could think differently of your spouse if they're doing a lot of these things.
And all the
So
time. Absolutely.
so yeah, I think this is a good thing to talk about. And we've talked about some of these things even in our marriage, like,
Hmm.
what can we do better afterwards?
Hmm.
Just
Yep.
so
It's important. They say foreplay is important, the main course is important, and afterplay is just as important. And that's what we're talking about today is when you're done being intimate as a couple, are you making some of these mistakes? So this is kind of like a little mini quiz for you couples to take, see how many you got right or wrong, and try a little better, you know?
yeah, no, like I said, there's things that
There's things that we do.
we do as well too that I'm like reading on
Absolutely.
this list. I'm like, oh yeah, we totally should do that. That would be better.
Yes, absolutely. Okay,
Yeah.
we're going to jump right in today. Actually, we're not going to jump right in today. I'm going to take 60 seconds and put a plug in real quick. This goes hand in hand with the Ultimate Intimacy app, Intimate Conversation Starters. So at the end of this one, if you're like, okay, we really need to talk about some of these things in our marriage, go get the Ultimate Intimacy app if you haven't already. Get on the conversation starters section, but go to the intimate ones. There are so many good intimate conversations to have with each other that talk about foreplay and
Mhm.
afterplay and being more connected during and after. These are really important things that couples need to discuss if you want a great
Yeah,
marriage,
so we
right?
have we have the intimate conversations, which are just real quick questions. Then we have the let's talk about sex, which actually cover like specific things and topics. So
That's
both of
right.
those would be
That's
good.
right.
So
Both
you
of
can
them are
check them
great.
both out
Yep.
in the app, and
I just wanted
they're
to say,
great.
like, since we're talking about like that's really important that you have these conversations because even looking at this list, we're like, oh, we could probably be better at that, or we definitely are guilty of that one, right? And so when you can have those talks, to, I don't know, it just makes everything better.
Well, and I know sometimes it can get overwhelming. If you read through the 360 podcasts we have or whatever we've done at this point, I mean, we're covering all sorts of different things. And you're like, oh my heck, this can be totally overwhelming,
Hmm.
right?
Right.
But there obviously there's going to be things you miss. There's going to be things you don't do, and that's okay. Like all
Absolutely.
we're trying to do is help different people like pick different areas. They're like, oh, for some people it's going to be like, yeah, I could really do better at this, and I think this would
Hmm.
really help us. And other people, it's like, yeah, those are great thoughts, but
Right.
really don't need that in our relationship, and that's okay. So as we present and talk about all these different things, we totally recognize that some of them are going to hit home to some couples, some
Right.
of them are not going to hit home to other couples. Maybe it's something you learn, and you're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Maybe I can be a little bit better at
Yep.
that, or what have you. But
Or
um,
maybe one of the spouses is like, oh, my spouse does that, and it really, really bothers me that they do that
let's
after.
have this
But I
conversation.
haven't had the guts to say anything about it, right?
You're exactly right.
Right. And
Yep.
holding that in is just going to make intimate time over, like, it's going to cause resentment. It's going to feel like, oh, I don't want to be intimate because I hate when they do this. And I mean, just a great marriage takes great conversations. So,
And sometimes it is the little things that for whatever
for sure.
reason kind of fester and grow bigger and keep couples from connecting
Hmm.
intimately. And as we read this list, maybe there'll be something and you're like, yeah, I totally feel that
Right.
way, or my spouse makes me feel that way or whatever. And like
Yep.
Amy said, having those conversations and talking about it together, so
And we're
important.
probably going to have this talk too, because I don't know the last
Ooh,
time
we
that
are.
we have. Well, there's a couple of
I'm
these
just
that I'm
joking.
like, I could probably do better at this. I wonder if me doing that has ever made Nick feel a certain way. I don't know. It's something to think about. Okay, jumping in. 5 post-intimacy mistakes couples make. Number one, we've come
Six.
up with, sorry, 6, not complimenting each other after you're done. So There's some nights without TMI that you might lay there and think that was really great, and you keep it to yourself. But how meaningful would that be to look over and be like, that was amazing, babe.
What you did,
That was
what we
amazing.
did was amazing. And that also gives your spouse confidence, be like, oh, okay, maybe that's what I need to try to do next time.
Right.
Because we don't know and you don't know.
And our bodies are different. We feel things different. And so when you can compliment your spouse and just be like, tonight, even if you're just like, tonight was really amazing, or that felt really good, or just something like positive,
or even just
that means the
like,
world.
or even just like, that was amazing connecting tonight, or holding you in
Yeah.
my arms, or, whatever. Like, imagine what that simple phrase or
Right.
saying that would do to your spouse and how it would make them feel as well, too.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I want to, so I don't want to get off track here, but I also have said this before. I don't think we can understate the importance of like positive things or saying positive things to our spouse. Like just, or even appreciation, like even something simple as like, thank you so much for making love to me tonight. That just meant the world to me. And I feel so much closer and connected to you. So maybe your spouse wasn't in the mood, but just hearing how much you appreciated them being willing to connect with you that way or vice versa. I think just appreciation or voicing your thoughts on that can go a long way.
Right. And I was going to say this one really falls under that words of affirmation love language. So if you're a spouse that has like that really means a lot when your spouse compliments, it gives you that words of affirmation. Like it's huge to be like tonight was great or you were great or I love feeling close to you. Like words mean a lot. And if you don't know what your spouse's love language is, once again, go jump on the app, take the mini quiz. Takes you 30 seconds. If your spouse takes the quiz and comes up with the words affirmation, this one is going to be really important to them.
Well, and I can promise you spending 3 seconds saying a phrase like, that was amazing, or something
It's all it
simple like
takes.
that
Yep.
is going to change a lot
Yep.
in just how you think and how you feel about things. And
So if you're good at that, good job. If you're like, I could probably do a little bit better at just expressing something after, something positive after, try it. Try it. See if it
instead of
changes.
just rolling over, good night.
Right. Right. All right. Next one is not expressing what you want. This is kind of like the opposite, but we hear from a lot of couples that like some of the women are like, I don't really know what I want and I don't really enjoy it. Like to be able to have a good intimate life. And I know we're talking about things that are after, but even after, it's like, this is what you got to be able to have those talks.
Well, I
This
think
is what I
after
love.
too,
This is what I
like
don't love.
after too might be the great time to do it because it takes the pressure off of it. Um, like you said, maybe you don't know, or hey, this didn't work tonight, or
And you do have to be honest, but you also have to be careful how you do it. So it's not like, oh, that was horrible. I don't like this. Like maybe next time we should try it this way and it'll feel even better. Or, it's how you do it too. But it's really important to be open, like wants and needs and all those things and have those conversations.
Or here's the things I really liked tonight. Here's the things that maybe I didn't care for as much. But yeah, just having those open conversations.
But I don't think anyone should find offense, like take offense to that didn't really do anything for me or that didn't really feel good to me because our bodies are different. So
yeah,
like my body's going to feel different than his body. So if I'm like, that didn't do anything for me, he's not going to be offended by that. It's like, oh, I don't have a woman's body, so I don't know. So, I mean, we got to get to a point in our marriages where we can say stuff like that, I didn't feel nothing, or that kind of hurt, or whatever. Like, you got to
and then next time I'll be like, yep, have that in my mind.
We're not doing that again.
We're not doing that. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Okay, we're going to skip to the next one, which is skipping the cuddling. I think this one is so important and doesn't mean you have to like cuddle in each other's arms for hours, but like it's more like embracing each other when you're done and not just rolling over and be like, night. I think that's what the whole point, right?
Yeah, because then I don't know.
It's kind of like a used feeling.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would say even from a husband's standpoint, like, and I'm probably more the cuddler, but
you are.
I would say like if you're just rolling over and done, you would almost feel like, oh, okay, it was just used for sex, right? Especially from a woman's standpoint, where is if when you're done, you're cuddling in each other's arms and talking, you're like, this feels great. It was more than that, right?
It was more than a physical act.
Yeah.
Yes. And it only takes 5 minutes to cuddle and have some like closure, don't you think?
Hmm.
Like you can go as long as you want, but like just cuddling in each other's arms and holding each other for a few minutes,
Yeah, it
and
just sends the
it just
message
sends a
that it's a
message.
lot deeper than just making love. Like there's a lot more to
Yeah.
that.
Yep. Yep. Okay, next one. Next one is reaching for your phone right after.
Okay.
You're
So I'm
smiling.
smiling because if you remember in Nate Klemt's book that we read, it had something like some crazy percentage of people that actually looked at their phone while making love.
What?
Yeah, like
It's that bad?
yeah, like I don't dare quote it because I might get it wrong, but
Yeah.
there he did a study and he asked questions and the percentage of people actually like looking at their phone while making love were I was just like, what in the world?
Okay,
Like
your love making is not
if
good enough and enjoyable enough if you need
well,
your phone.
and think of the disrespect to your spouse. You're like, we're supposed to be
What?
making love and connecting, and you're more worried about your phone. So my
Okay,
point
that just
is
doesn't even make any sense to me.
I know, but my point is too is like imagine like you get done making love and immediately you're anxious to get your phone. Like, really? Like, so I totally agree with that 100%.
If you roll over after and grab your phone, that is sending a very strong message to your spouse that like I was so anxious to get done so I could reach for that intimacy wrecker technology trap that's
Yeah.
killing everyone's marriages, right? Like if you can't if you have a message that's dinging on your phone going off while you're making love, you need to put your phone in a different room.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, because our minds, that's going to distract us really quick if you've got some kind of alarms or messages or no any kind of notification going off on your phone.
Well, it's
Like,
kind
and then your mind's gonna secretly tell you, like, you need to reach for your phone right when you're done. Like, what was I mean, there's been all these studies done, like, people get so addicted to their phone that they think it's like going off in their pocket and it's not, right? If you have to reach for your phone the minute you're done, like, might want to like reconsider how addicted you are.
yeah. Well, it's kind of like a Seinfeld episode. Kramer's like, that was all right. Oh, we'll see you later. And he gets up and walks out. So you're just like, how would you feel if like that,
If
you
you
know?
actually did that to your
Yeah, like if
spouse,
you actually did that to your spouse, but whether you get up and walk out or your mind is taken
walking
somewhere
out, yeah.
else or your mind is walking out, so to speak, like it does the same thing. It's like very offensive and like, okay.
Okay, if Nick literally was like done, rolled over, grabbed his phone, started swiping, I would be like, oh, okay. I'd probably be very offended.
You'd be
Vice versa.
like, yeah, you just totally felt like you got used and you'd be a lot less likely to want to make love next time.
Right. But if you cuddle for 5 minutes and share and compliment and kind of close that, and then you both reach for your phones because that's what you do. And sometimes we're guilty of that. That's fine if you're both on the same page. There's just
Yeah.
different ways to do things without it being like hurtful, right?
Yeah.
Hurtful.
I
Okay.
guess what we're saying too is don't look at making love as when you're done making love, it's over. Like
Right.
part of making love is after making love, doing these additional things to help connect you.
Mm.
And so that's part of making love is
Yep.
this after part as well.
Right. And the last one is getting up immediately after. Just same thing, reaching for your phone, just getting up and being like, we're done. Like it's your spouse. Like you have a few minutes to cuddle and connect and create that deeper emotional intimacy after sexual intimacy, right? Like this is where you pull out the conversation starters, or you just kiss a little longer, or
Well,
you just sit and talk, or you fall asleep in each other's arms, you
I
know?
was gonna say for a lot of people this might be a little odd or weird, but actually like after making love is a great time to talk because we've
Mm-hmm.
talked about this often where most men um, don't feel emotionally connected enough. Like they'll feel more emotionally connected or want to connect emotionally after making love. So that's a great time, honestly, to if you're a wife to sit and talk to your husband and
Mm-hmm.
have
That's a
that
good point.
emotional connection
That's a good
after
point.
making love. So he's going to be a lot more, I think, I don't want to say open because that sounds a little weird, but men typically are going to be more emotionally connected and want to be emotionally connected after making love.
Can't argue with that, not a man.
Well,
Well, but I can say too that And I'm not saying wives are more guilty of this. I'm sure there's plenty of men that just reach their phone or whatever. But like for a wife, like he's gonna feel like it's okay, she just treated that like a chore if she automatically is like, oh, thank goodness that's over and gets up or goes and like gets back on her phone or what. Like
Yeah.
it's just not like you heard the survey answers, where husband's like, I wanted that deep connection. I want it to be intimate. I want her to want it. Like wives, we can do a better job at being like trying to really be into it after too and being like, that was so amazing and trying to connect with our husbands. That means a lot to husbands,
Well,
I
and
think.
even just by listening to the last podcast episode on kissing and stuff, like even if you're just laying there and still kissing and cuddling and holding each other, like that's a real bonding moment that's
Mhm.
gonna continue. Versus like Amy said, just like, all right, let's grab our pajamas and be done,
Good night.
Yeah. So
And
I'm
I go and ask to work on that because like sometimes I'm like, all right, that was great night. You know what I mean? Like
no, but
I
again,
just there are things that we can all work on for sure.
oh, yeah, and I was just gonna say that, like, my first reaction, like I said, the first is like, all right, what's gonna happen after? Why are we talking about this? But
Yep.
then after we went through those, I'm like, oh my heck, this is I what I told you. At first she's like, let's talk about this. I'm like, really? And then she read through it, and I'm like, oh, we totally got to do it on that subject because
It's
it is
important.
so important,
It's
and
important.
there's areas I can be better on as well too. So
And I just think I know we're talking about afterplay, but even when it comes to like foreplay and everything, like I don't feel like we should be rushing these things in our relationship. I was thinking
agreed.
about it last night. I couldn't sleep all last night, and I was just laying in bed and I was thinking, okay, there's over 10,000 minutes in our week, right? Right? I think there's like 10,080 or something minutes in our week. And we're too tired or too busy to spend like 30 minutes twice a week. That's 60 minutes. 60 minutes or longer. I'm just like minimum, like 60 minutes, 30 minutes with our spouse intimately twice a week, right? That's 60 minutes out of 10,000 minutes. Like why
And it's
why
so
is it
important.
so hard to just be willing to give your spouse 30 minutes a couple nights a week to just really really connect intimately?
Especially
Or an
since
hour, that would be great, but
es-
even just 30.
especially since both husband and wife want the same thing. Like if you were to ask both the husband and wife what they want out of their marriage, they both probably say the same thing.
We want
And
an intimate loving marriage.
yeah,
Yeah,
and they happen the same way. Like, you know,
yeah,
like we've talked about, men and women are different, but at the end of the day, they both really want the same things, and
absolutely.
connecting intimately gives the couples so many of those things, right? Yeah,
Absolutely.
there's so many other things as well too, but nothing brings a couple closer together in a healthy relationship, of course, more than being intimate. And, it's just, I mean, that's the truth.
It's true. It's true.
So but yet that's probably the biggest thing that Satan tries to get in between a couple is, oh, if I can mess this up, then it's going to mess up so many other
Mm.
aspects of their marriage. And I know if I can mess up this one part of the relationship, there's a good chance that the relationship won't last. Even if it ends in
Mhm.
divorce or it doesn't end in divorce, even if it doesn't end in
Even if it's just
divorce, even
miserable.
if they're in a
Yeah.
miserable relationship, that is his goal, is to keep couples from loving each other and
Hmm.
having happy families and things like that. And so again, that's our whole mission, is to just share experiences we've had and ideas and thoughts to help couples out there just think about things differently or get ideas that maybe can help their relationships as well. So
Good. Good job. Those good words. Good words. I feel like if you even miss like one or two of those questions, like you're like, oh, I could probably work on this one and this one. I really challenge you to go do the conversation starters in the app together. I really do. I feel like this is a very important topic about, I mean, foreplay, in between, aftercare, just like need to be discussed.
yeah,
Need to be discussed. So,
yep,
and not just like once every year. Like those are continual conversations that need to be had. Like I need to know how you feel after. I need to know how you feel after. I need to know where we're at, you know? That's like a constant conversation. So,
And a lot of these things we cover in our retreat we do every year. Our next one has been announced for March 2026. If you want to come have a great time with Amy and I and the Gormans, we have limited spots available, but go to ultimateintimacy.com/retreats. If you've never been to the Southern Utah area, one of the prettiest places in the world, it absolutely is incredible. We'd
mhm.
love to meet you and spend time with you at our next retreat. So signups are open.
Signups are open and the food's amazing and the entertainment's amazing. We go on some really cool hikes,
UTV ride.
UTV ride. And if you want to book a few days after, there's like how many national parks in this area? Like within a couple hours. So pretty
Yeah, we
incredible,
can.
pretty incredible, beautiful place. So hope you'll
Yeah.
join us.
Ultimateintimacy.com/retreats. Let us know if you have any questions. We're here to answer them. And until next time.